Okay, we're going to read chapter 37 now of Bloom Into You. The class trip arc looks like it's starting. But first, and this is kind of the fun of the class trip arc, we get adventures of those on the class trip arc, and then little adventures of those left at home. Hidamari's sketch took this to a nice, full, thorough multi-chapters of each mode, which just made me so happy. I don't know what we'll get here. Juniors are on their way to Kyoto today. I wonder if we'll be able to go to Kyoto for our trip. To go somewhere like Okinawa. That'd be cool. So here she is with the freshman boys. Dojima, I think is the glasses kid's name. He's kind of cool, kind of obnoxious. Confirmed super het. And then the much more interesting, mysterious, relatable Maki-kun, who was quite like you in that he felt very aromantic, that he just wanted to be on the sidelines of romance, that he was in many ways a self-insert for the reader. He just likes the idea of a Yuri romance. And we haven't really seen too much of him lately. We haven't really had a discussion with him. So I wonder if that's what we'll be given the opportunity to today. Stuco building sure feels big with just 3 of us here. I'm kind of lonely. They do whatever they want now that they're gone. Look at the cheeky smile that Yu has here. Fantastic. But Maki-kun, who's probably, I'd say, even more up on what's going on than Sage-senpai, because he knows what's actually happening. Because he looked through the window that one time. Saw them making it. And then because he knows that situation, I think he's probably been seeing a lot of things happen in that context throughout, the entire series. So I think he probably has a pretty good idea of exactly what's going on. And he knows, he figured out that Yu probably actually has a crush on Nanami-senpai for as much as she thinks that she's aromantic and doesn't really want anything to do with this. So I think he can probably conclude here, from all the things he's seen, exactly what happened. Now I will face you. Ooh, this one is called Kindling. Which I think is referring to Sake-senpai's big confession. So are we cutting to the student council girls on their trip? Are we staying with... Oh, okay. All right, we are in Kyoto. I've seen that pagoda. This is from Higashiyama Sho, which is a really old shopping district in the north of Kyoto. If you're in Kyoto, highly recommend it. Check it out. It's very beautiful. Always been watching. Waited all this time. In the group together. She's so resolute. She's read enough manga to know you're supposed to confess on the school trip. But I'm done waiting. I'm going to tell her everything. I love Toko. Oh my god. Oh man. Okay, so I'm really happy that they're giving it full focus. There's going to be multiple chapters about this. That it's not going to be just sort of like a plot line that peters out, but something that has a climax in its end. But boy, I think it's going to be a sad one. Probably all she'll do is make Nanami-senpai realize that even if she's afraid of her relationship with you advancing because of mutual acknowledged feelings of love, that it's worth doing anyways, inspired by the boldness and courage of her friend. I think that's what'll happen. Alright, so they're in some kind of traditional markets, picking out some omiyake. That's what it's called, right? The souvenirs. It's the original brand. This is basically the same thing. Navigating tourist traps. Too early to be thinking about souvenirs. We just got here. Okay, so this is day 1 of the trip. I love that they're making it kind of Kyoto-y, this series is very centered on the emotions of the characters, of course. So this sort of extravagance of setting, I guess I would say, is pretty rare. But whenever they do it, I think they do it with such love. Like the aquarium, of course, is the chapter I'll always think of like this. Isn't it painful? Oh, isn't it painful to think about how when you and Nanami go to the aquarium and it's so lovely and romantic and the significance of everything is like apparent to both of them, that even though you at the time isn't so open about her feelings, she knows how how meaningful this must be to Toko, to Nanami senpai. Whereas here, whereas here, Sakai senpai is having all of those same feelings of meaning and significance of being on this trip with her beloved Toko-san. But Toko has no idea. She has no idea. She's not thinking of it that way at all. I really don't think she is. I don't know. Maybe she's more aware than I think. She's never said like, "Oh, for sure, Sakai senpai doesn't have a crush on me." I don't know, but at the very least, we have no reason to think that there's a mutual feeling of significance and meaning here. It's not sad. It's like quite sad, isn't it? Yeah. Look at this. This is just memories, but it's. Wish we could find somewhere to be alone. Yeah. It's. You can see the significance of all of this from her perspective. Didn't think deciding to tell her would make me this nervous. I mean, of course it does. Of course it does. No matter what you think will happen, no matter what likelihood you assign to anything, it's sure nerve-wracking. Some lines to make it look like a leaf, like this. And done. They both did extravagantly, making some traditional sweets. Looks great. They're both such A-type, super powerful people. I like these girls too. Ooh, is it time? Is it time for me to completely derail my own focus by assuming that these two extremely minor characters are actually secretly in a relationship? Oh, but you know that I have to. She wants to trade. Isn't that really shippy? Why don't you eat one you made, Midori? I don't know. There's still time for some twists on this little school trip arc. She's inspired. Want to trade too? Sure. Oh, well, isn't that nice? But again, there's such an asymmetry in what it means, in the significance, in how memorable it is. That one person is having a memory that they're thinking, I am going to treasure this for the rest of my life. And the other person is thinking, this is nice. Do you see? Do you see how sad that is? I don't know. Is it that sad? To me, it seems really sad right now. But so they go to a big shrine, Kyoto Jisho Shrine. I don't know if I went to this one. I don't think so. I don't remember a big building with an outcropping like this. It looks like it's thatched roof too. It's nice seeing old thatched roof buildings. I don't know why. It just feels so cozy. Something where like the materials needed to build it, the procedure to build it is so like evident just from looking at it, you know? It hasn't been kind of obscured by technology and stuff, but it's just like people built this. That's how it used to be. It's really nice. Some good luck charms, god of matchmaking, etc., etc. Getting some love fortune slips. Excellent. Since I meet some, telling me to give up on who I am. Yeah. I just had a flashback to that Citrus arc where they're on a class trip, and then like two brand new characters are introduced, and our two like main girls are like running around with one of each of them, and it's a whole thing. I mean, I'm not here to make fun of Citrus. I'm not here to knock Citrus unnecessarily. But don't you see the difference in power of these two arcs? don't you? Wouldn't you agree with me that one of them reflects what I would call better writing? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's move on. I think I'll pass. They both pass on the love fortune slips. She's totally right. If she got good luck, she'd just be like, whatever. And if she got bad luck, it would just like haunt her endlessly. Who among us? Who among us could say otherwise? It's a lose-lose. It's such a lose-lose. That's two. Okay. She sees some of their shrine activity. Is this something you're supposed to do by yourself? Can't spot partway either. So these are the other two girls in their group doing some sort of shrine ritual that I assume is for good luck or something. They're walking with their eyes closed, supporting each other. Some love fortune stone. Said if you close your eyes and walk from one stone to the other, your love will bear fruit. If you succeed in your try, your wish will come true quickly, but if you fail, it will take much longer. If you take help from a friend, you will need help from someone to make your wish come true. All right, I extrapolated the missing words because the sign was kind of clipped. I think I probably did a good job. Major good job to the scanlators for putting in the effort to do that same extrapolation in Japanese, translate the full thing, and then strategically block it such that it's realistic and it still conveys all the information. Anyways, what a cute idea. I love that. I love little things like this. I don't know. Often I don't myself ever participate in them. Like very, very rarely will I ever do something like this. You know, love aside for anything, any sort of good luck ritual. I just get too embarrassed. But I like the idea of them. I really like the idea of them. Close your eyes and walk to the other stone. You can make your level come true. Not really religious. I'm doing things myself. She's gonna try. She's gonna try. Just because she can't help it. She's just so nervous. She's gonna try things like that. And who among us? Even though we decry these rituals, even though we say we're embarrassed, even though we know that they mean nothing, who among us, for something like love, for something that secret and special and strange, haven't done little rituals, haven't found heightened meaning in small things, haven't built patterns out of nothing? I mean, the asymmetry of it is all still so sad, to have one person doing these things and the other person not. But it's still kind of lovely that these things can be done. Would like a little courage. Yeah. Something to give her optimism. Ooh, look at how this is depicted. Closing her eyes, this last shot of her feet, like the last thing she's looking at, seeing that she's all lined up. And just darkness. About 10 meters left, I think. Harder than I thought it would be. I wonder how many more steps is it. I bet she runs into Nanami-senpai. But Nanami-senpai herself prevents her from finishing. That's my guess. That's my guess. And it's symbolic, you know? Oh, not to the left. Now go straight. It's little sparks. Kind of representations of sounds she hears. Oh! Well, she did it! Well, I'm actually shocked. I am genuinely shocked. She actually did it. So, like, so Girlfriends, of course, has a very, very similar scene where they're both looking around. Well, Ako-chan is really trying to find the love stone, the stone that's shaped like a heart. She wants to resolve this ambiguity and awkwardness between her and Mari-chan. So it's like it works there, you know? The legendary Heartstone stone works. they meet over top of it, and then their situation is resolved, and then they start dating officially. These are Girlfriend spoilers, by the way, but come on, if you haven't read Girlfriends by now, what are you doing? Sorry. Anyways, so here though, I really feel like it's not gonna work, right? Like I'm still betting really hard that the train has no tracks, that Sakai Senpai is gonna go over the cliff with this confession. And yet she pulled it off. She got the blessing of the love fortune stone. So I'm surprised. I'm really surprised they would do that. But I guess it's kind of more realistic, right? Stone, it's just a rock. It doesn't do anything. Oh, she was watched. Toko watched her do the whole thing. Oh, the significance, the emotional significance. Look at her face. Look at her poor face. Oh, you poor tragic girl. Oh, this asymmetry. Oh, this so tragic asymmetry. She's so flustered. But since we're here and all, so if someone guides you, then you also need someone to help make your wish come true. Ah, so does she count that as Toko guiding her? Does she think that subconsciously she was just being drawn to like her scent or something? Where she heard her specific footsteps walk over to behind the rock and she was able to triangulate it from there. That's fine. I need Toko's help either way. Oh man, this chapter is gonna end again with her being like, onwards with my burning and beautiful emotions. And yes, like overall, yes. And so many Yuri series before when people have had this attitude, I'm just like, yes. But here it's oh, she's going over the cliff. This is in the big Kyoto train station. I've been there too. It's really nice. It's so big. It's so big and it's so cool architecturally. Yeah, it's near that tower too. I saw that tower too. Oh man, see, it's not enough that I'm getting all emotional and worked up about the content of the story. At the exact same time, it has the trigger flashbacks to when I was in Japan, and of course, which was like one of the happiest times of my life. And so like that's happening too in my brain right now is this major sensory flashback to being in these same places. Now my feelings time traveling and blurring into some bizarre chronologically impossible emotional jelly. Goodness gracious, what am I on about? My voice catches in my throat and I try to call out to her. Not even confessing. It's not like she's gonna confess here and now, but she still can't even say her name. I try to run up to her, my legs tremble, my palms are hot, my heart is throbbing. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Exactly why I'm doing this. She did it. She reached out and grabbed her hand. Is she actually gonna try to do it right now in the goddamn train station? Come with me. I heard there's an open area on the roof. It seems like a good place to see the night sky. I wanted to see it myself. Oh God, it's happening. She's doing it. She's doing it. But it's like the elevator on The Simpsons. The elevator to nowhere. Oh man. And here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing about confessions, right? Is that like you want to do it romantically. You want to like do it under nice atmosphere so that it can become a wonderful memory for the two of you as a couple. Okay, that's the goal. That's like the nice. That is a nice goal. I love that. I think that's wonderful that people do that. But here's the thing: is that when setting up this sort of atmosphere, when you're doing this sort of thing, it can sometimes become very apparent what you're trying to do. Right? It can sometimes become like painfully obvious what's about to come, and because of that, it's like the other person might already know. Like they they at least probably have started to suspect it. They're trying to articulate and formulate their answer as soon as the flags start appearing for what's actually going down. So I think Nanami Senpai here, she's a little bewildered. She's a little shocked at how quickly this is happening, but I think she's going to be able to figure out what's coming next. No? I think so. I think she must. And so if the confession goes well, if you start dating afterwards, all of this stuff is great. But if it doesn't, then this whole procedure, this whole ritual is like torture for the person who's about to be confessed to, who knows that who's just thinking this whole time, like, okay, what am I going to say to make this as not painful? That's awful. That's awful. And then for the person doing the confessing, who basically is just living entirely within hope, who has framed this with like future nostalgia for the lovely romantic moment that's kind of like unfolding around them, is going to have all of that stuff kind of like 180'd, you know, all of this like circumstance and romanticness and memorability is going to bite them. It's going to be memorable for all the worst reasons, and all of that future nostalgia will just be instantly warped. And God, oh man, oh man, is it gonna happen in this chapter? Is it gonna? I don't think so. I don't. Oh God. Okay, so they're up there. Isn't this romantic? Isn't this nice? You can see the stars. Anyone who sees Toko would say she's beautiful. But I think she's especially my type. You can't. So she did see it coming. She got out in front. This all happened quite quickly. I thought we'd have one more chapter of, but no, that's good. That's good. It's like Toko, her strategy of like, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to say it before you say it. I'm not going to let you suffer as much as you would. So, yeah, it's like the same thing is happening to the readers. You know, I thought I would at least be able to live inside of Saikai Senpai's hope for a little bit. But no. You can't. You can't, Sayaka. And in the same way, it was like the only way I could kind of feel okay about this, not just feel like really bad feelings about this, was to indulge in the hope she had that somehow this would go well. And of course, I didn't know how that could possibly work from the plot standpoint. Like, what? She's gonna start dating Sayaka? No, I don't think so. But I wanted to somehow, on some level, believe that that was possible while the confession was happening. And that too has been just like truncated, you know, like it's just been cut from me. And now we're dealing with this. I'm not the person you think I am. Please stop. Don't look down on me. I know all about you. Yeah, so this is another thing that was a long time coming. And this is like kind of the core of their relationship and the contrast between Yu's relationship with Toko and Sayaka's is that Sayaka allowed Nami to Toko to maintain her facade. She was like, I'm going to support you in being the sequel to your sister. I'm going to support you in becoming this ultimate perfect person whom everyone admires. But she knew it was a facade. She knew it was a difficult facade to maintain. She knew that she was struggling and nervous but did Toko know that? I don't know. I don't think so. She walks right up to her. She's wearing shoes with heels. Toko isn't. Symbolism? Nah, I don't know. Probably not. Oh, this is really beautiful. Oh man, even no, reaching out to the true Toko. I love you. Okay. Okay. It's true. To love perfect Toko at first. You're better than me, and you're always looking further ahead. I wanted to walk beside you. This is when she gave like the speech at the opening ceremony. When she first was like, "Oh, ooh, this girl looks powerful." So when I learned of your hidden weak side, I expected I might find myself disillusioned. But you're truly beautiful. I love you even more than I realized. I love everything about you too. Yeah, well, that's a good one. This is put quite well. This is put really, really well. Yeah, that's how it feels. That's how it feels. Oh man, she's really going for it. She's really going for it. Oh my god. That's so... Like, I don't know about you, but I still have no hope for this. I think there's no more train tracks. The train is just running on dirt now. It's just running on pure momentum. And it's like, probably Sayaka knows. Probably Sayaka knows that she knew that Toko would respond like this. And that her kind of last play to be like, I knew you were weak and you were struggling, and I still love you. And I love you even more than that. Just like, she probably doesn't think that'll work. I don't know. Do you really think she thinks that'll work? Or is it that in this moment, she's just trying to indulge? She's just trying to, just for a minute, really try to experience what it's like to really hold her hand. Okay. See, this is what I'm telling you about the school trip arc. It's all about this. It's all about this. People, oh, we gotta meet up for this. Oh, so and so got lost. Oh, wow, my cell phone battery was dead. It's all about stuff like this. It's, and then who knows how long this will be delayed for. We're gonna get some angst, that's for sure. Or will we? Or what will happen? I don't know. I don't know, and it's tearing me up inside. So, let me know your answer. Yep. Yep. All right. I like this though. I like her saying, "Let me know your answer." That again puts it ahead in terms of emotional maturity. puts it ahead of so many series. So many series would be like, yes, now we have some angst. It's a perfect opportunity for angst. Things have been left confused and unsaid, and there could be so many misinterpretations. But no. This is good. She makes it clear. Let me know your answer. And then how is she feeling? I did it. I did it. I did it. That must be a good feeling. You know? Yeah, you know what? It is a good feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Everything else aside, this part, it's kind of nice. Because you're like, I did it. You know? It doesn't matter what it is. If you have something that you've been thinking about a lot, thinking about doing it, whatever it is, oh, I should get that done. Oh, I really got to work on this. I got to stop putting this on. I got to stop avoiding this. And then you do it, no matter what else, no matter, totally contextless of anything else, that feeling is nice. And this was a big one for her. This was like the last 2 years of her life. She thought about it every day. So, this chapter is still continuing, despite the fact that it's already taken so much from me. Here we see the group lying in bed. I wonder if the sound of my heart will wake up Midori. Now, it's perfectly feasible that they haven't had a second alone up until this point. Again, that's the beauty of the school trip. So, I want Toko to hear it. I have no regrets. I wonder what tomorrow will bring. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I like this. I want Toko to hear it. Because now that she's open about it, now that she's said it, she's like, I want her to understand. You know, I want her to really feel how serious I am about this, how much this matters to me. Alright. Yeah, that's good. This is all good. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed, but I'm pretty worked up. Okay. Alright, that's good. Bye-bye.